you've operated in many STOL aircrafts in our countries as well. Now, it is quite easy to see that the runways are very, very different. The runway in Kathmandu International Airport is dramatically different compared to Lukla Airport, for example. Is there a particular mandate on airports as well that is set out?
Yes, it is being controlled by Annex 14, which is talks about airdromes. So basically, what it says, what should an airdrome be, what are the requirements, and they have various categories of airfields, airdromes. The length, of the runway, if it is this much length, let's say 3,000, 3,500, then minimum this is supposed to be. Various things are there, which is all there in the Annex 14, and Nepal also follows that. Now, this tall airfields, these are special category airfields which the Annex does not talk about. Okay, and this airfields are built for special requirements for Nepal only. So we do not have any guidelines saying this has to be there or this cannot be there. For example, we have like Lukla. The average gradient is 11%, which is a very high. And one place it is somewhere around 16% gradient. But we are operating. Okay. And under which rules or regulations does it come? It doesn't come under any. So we are operating because the aircrafts are certified to operate, and that's the one aircraft manufacturer certifies it, and then the local government certifies it. Now, stall fields, what stall field actually is, people have to understand is, it is not like normal fields. Any aircraft with any normal field, for example, Viratnagar or Bharatpur or wherever ETR goes or any other aircraft that goes. What is catered is when you are taking off, if an engine fails at any time, and the most critical time is when you are just about to lift off, when the engine fails at that time, the aircraft should be able to get airborne with one engine and reach a height of 35 feet before the end of the runway. Or if the pilot wants to reject the takeoff, it should be able to reject the takeoff and stop within the runway. That is the provision. And within that provision, all the aircrafts are working. So that is the safety margin. In a stall airfield, that margin is not there. So if an engine fails during takeoff, there may not be enough runway to continue and get airborne, and there may not be enough runway to stop. So that safety margin is reduced. And that's why stall is they say dangerous. One of the reasons for dangerous is being that if the engine fails, if it fails, rest, I say rest if the engine does not fail during takeoff or landing in a certain particular place. The rest of the thing, the aircraft should be able to come out of that situation with the engine failure or any failure without any problem. The aircrafts are designed to do that, and we are supposed to fly that way. We cannot. Lukla airfield is dangerous. Airfield itself is not dangerous. Yeah, there are a lot of hazards. There are a lot of things we have to take consideration, but we pilots make it dangerous. In the sense, if the visibility requirement is 5 kilometers to go inside the Lukla Valley, then if I start going at 3 kilometers, now the safety margin is further reduced. Now I am making it more dangerous. Now the fog is lifting up and dissipating at times, and I make an approach, and suddenly the fog comes. I know there is a possibility of the fog coming up, and I make an approach and get into fog and crash. I have made the airport unsafe. It is not the airport itself. because we have safety margins. We have said, okay, this should be there. Wind should be not gusting. There's a limit on the wind. There's a limit on the visibility. There's a limit on the cloud ceiling. If we follow all those things, it's not really that unsafe. Yes, because of that stall field criteria, if the engine fails and all, yes, problem may arise. But beyond that, luckily, so far in Nepalese history, during takeoff and landing, short landing, when you are about to touch down, engine has not failed. So we have been lucky the engine has not failed in those critical times. But we are having crashes in stall fields. Why? Because we are practicing something beyond the safety margin. Is the airfield doing that? No, it's the pilots we are doing. And who is going to stop the pilot? Civil aviation only. Civil aviation has put the regulations. It's the organization, the airline. And to a certain extent, the ATC should help us. If the airport is closed, they should just close the airport. Because the airport criteria is there, like wind is there, visibility is there. They should not, ATC people should help us not take any chances. Because if the airport is closed, then I have to turn back.
Well, we talked to a pilot about a week ago, and he said that sometimes the ATCs who operate in the stall fields, they say, "Sokinsa, sokinsa."
Go. This, we have been interacting with ATC. We have been also telling, and they have also started understanding. Like, if the visibility requirement is 5 kilometer, if a very veteran pilot, like when I was flying, if I come, 4 kilometer does not become 5 kilometer. So for me also, it should be 5 kilometer. Or this pilot can do it. So he can come, he has so much experience, he can do it at 3 kilometer. So airport should not be open for me or anyone. So what if the wind is 10 knots, limitation tailwind, then it should be 10 knots. 11 knots, airport closed. 10 knots and 1 knot the difference. Why should you let us open it? No, it should not be that. If it is 10.5, airport closed. Oh, due integrity, ATC should also have. Then we'll have a safer environment, especially in stall field.
I'm reminded of this great poem that was written by Gopi Sevishnath. He said, "Gorkhali Bande, Gorkhali Bale." Yes, there's a big line between being brave and being very stupid.
Yes.